Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is T-Rob from T-Rob Beats, and today I'm doing a tutorial video on how to make money as a producer, an engineer, an artist, etc. About 2 weeks ago, I posted an Instagram questions form and just put it out to people, and one of the most common questions that I got from that is, how do you make money as an artist, a producer, an engineer? And so I came up with 8 principles, 8 ways that I've experienced making money as a producer, and 8 ways that I'm kind of moving towards. And so I want to share with you guys those 8 ways if you're not familiar with them, and just really dive more into it. So without talking too much, man, let's just get into it. Y'all gotta work with me because I got this tripod in front of me, but we're gonna work around it. So the number one most important thing for me is content. And as a producer, as an engineer, as an artist, you are a musician, and music is your product. That's the product that you're selling to your consumers. And so if your music isn't good, nobody's gonna want to listen to it, nobody's gonna want to buy it, and nobody's gonna want it, period. You got to make sure that your music is the most important thing. You have to get to a point where people want to listen to your music without you telling them to listen to it. And so that is number one, most important. And so stemming from that, the ways that I've experienced making money is beat leasing. And the important things that tie into beat leasing are having a strong personal brand. And personal branding is important because it just makes you, kind of separates you from the crowd and what everyone else is doing, and it really helps establish your own niche. And so you really want to be somebody, especially if you're selling beats online. Like, there are a lot of people who are selling beats, and so you want to make sure that your beats are different, but then also like how you present yourself is different. For me, my thumbnails are always different. My music is different. I use a lot of instrumentation, a lot of melodies, and then I use actual videos in my YouTube videos as opposed to just having kind of a basic artist image that every other producer is using to put up. I sold my first exclusive beat this year for $500, and the reason that it sold was like the artist who stumbled upon it was like, this beat is dope, I haven't heard anything like this online, like I need it. So that's really why establishing a niche is so important. Second, I would say is, this little thing is in my way, is mixing and mastering. And basically, mixing and mastering is, for those of you who don't know, mixing and mastering is editing your music to make it sound really professional, because when you first record music, the raw vocals, they just sound really flat, really dry. Nothing special. So I mean, as producers and obviously engineers, you are an engineer. Producing beats, you really figure out how to engineer your own music coming up. It's a product that you're able to offer to a lot of artists out there who don't know how to do it, because a lot of people wanting to record music and they don't always know how to do it. This is another product that I offer on my website. It's just a different way for me to generate another source of income. My third one is studio sessions. And this one I'm gonna put a star by, because this is huge, because there's such a high demand for studio sessions, because so many people out there want to make music and not everyone has a studio. So like, that's really a way to capitalize off of people out there who want to make music. Again, so many people want to make music and they don't always have a place to record. So as long as you have quality equipment in your studio and you actually know how to operate your equipment and you're comfortable operating someone, you definitely should have an option on your website or something like that. Acuity is a great tool for scheduling appointments. That's what I use, but like, that's a great way for you to generate another source of income. Is through studio sessions. And then I'm gonna put website. I know I'm going back and forth, but having a website is just so important, because first off, it just makes you look way more professional, and it also gives you a platform to have all of these different options available that turn into revenue streams available, and it makes your personal brand look so much better, so much more professional if you really want to do it. Numero cuatro is placements. This is placements. This is the biggest one because I know that every producer, every engineer should be trying to chase a placement. And basically, a placement is when you're able to land a spot on a major artist's album or song, and from that you get royalties from it. And basically, you're able, once you land that first major placement, you're able to leverage from that. You should be able to leverage from it. But with placements, the hard thing about placements is it definitely takes time. You know, placements don't come overnight. You really have to work hard for it. You got to be patient. You have to do a lot of networking. That's important with placements because you have to be able to go to different cities and be able to link with different artists. You have to go where the music is. You got to go to Atlanta, go to Atlanta. If you got to go to New York, go to New York. And then you also have to get inside of studios where the music is being made. You want to try and get your beats to as many people in these studios as possible. That's something that I've recently started doing. I've started when I'm not in here making beats. I'm trying to go to a studio, trying to network with as many artists as possible. And then I would also say last thing for placements is don't wait for it. This is huge because a lot of people want to sit back, and I'm guilty of this too. I can't lie. A lot of people want to sit back and they just want to be on YouTube and post their beats out and just think that somebody will stumble upon their beats. And I'm here to tell you that that's kind of risky, and it doesn't work like that all the time. You really have to be willing to put yourself in positions where you're not going to be comfortable all the time. Go network. You got to hustle. You got to grind for it. So that's all under placements. And again, placements is really where the money's at because you'll get a big check from landing that first major placement. Number 5, I'm going to say, is Drumkits. And this is also something that's kind of came about within the last 10 years, I would say. But with Drumkits, it's important to already be established. It's a way to make money, but you need to be established. Drumkits are basically melodies that are unique to you, or percussion or sounds that you put all together in a package and sell it to somebody, to sell it to a consumer. But in order to do that, you really have to be established. You have to have your own following. Because if you're just starting off and you only have 100 followers, 200 followers, a few YouTube subscribers, then those people aren't going to want to buy your drum kits. And again, it's because you don't really have your own niche yet. Everybody's going to want a Metro Boomin drum kit because he's well established. He's he's top of the game. He has his own sound, etc. So drum kits take time, again, with the placements, but it's definitely another way to make money once you start getting up there and it's building your following. Number 7, I would say, is ads. Monetization and advertisement is basically when a ad is placed on your YouTube video or another video where every time a person clicks on that advertisement, you get a small portion of that money. So whether it be cents or pennies, you get that very small portion. But that money can definitely accrue in the long term, and it can just add to your overall revenue stream. And I know for YouTube, I think you need 1,000 subscribers and I think 4,000 watch hours, which is a little crazy because it's hard really getting to that 4,000 watch hours within 365 days is what YouTube is asking for. But again, YouTube advertisement can definitely be a way to make some money on the side, and maybe money to just $100 in your pocket every week. That could help. And then lastly is custom beats. And this is a huge one because for me, this has made me a lot of money because not every artist out there wants to search through 100, 1,000 beats to try and look for something close to what he wants. Some of them just want to say, they want to find a specific producer and be like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Can you specifically provide this for me? And as a producer, as a businessman, you need to be professional and be able to deliver that to to your consumer who's in need of a service. And so with that, like, I've been able to make $200, $200 to $250 off a custom beat just from having an initial down payment of, say, like $100, and then everything after that has been like hourly. But again, this one, you really need to be professional, be on point about it. If you say you're going to deliver that beat to them by Tuesday, deliver the beat on Tuesday. Don't not deliver the beat on time, or if you can't deliver the beat on time, tell them that you need more time on it, you need until Friday or so. But just be on point, be upfront, and just overall just be very professional. And so again, these are the 8 things that I've experienced ways to make, well, not experienced, but that I know about making money. And these kind of things on the bottom end are kind of like what I'm moving more towards, especially advertisement, drum kits, and placements. These are all revenue streams that I've heard about, producers and engineers making. But again, it all ties into having good content. If the content is not good, people are not going to want it. They're not going to want it at all. These are the 8 ways, again, that you can make money as a producer, engineer, and even in some cases as an artist. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to hear next. I really want to talk about all of these things. I want to have an open discussion about, ways that we can build together. And so with that said, I hope I covered this. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to talk about in the next one. And